This is Grace. At 23, she finally has the body she always dreamed of. Curves that make strangers stare. An Instagram page filled with likes and the kind of attention she once prayed for. She spent millions on her BBL and now she's living the soft life. But let me ask you, have you ever wondered what people go through just to look perfect? Would you risk everything, your money, your health, even your life, just to fit into society's idea of beauty? Before I tell you Grace's shocking story, please subscribe to my channel for more African stories. Grace grew up in a crowded part of Lagos, where everyone knew each other's business. From childhood, she was the one people called Grace the Thin One. At school, boys laughed. If breeze blows too much, this one go disappear. Girls snickered. She no get sheep. She's like broomstick. Even at home, her aunties would say in Yoruba,
Ṣé o jẹun rárá ni?
does this one even eat at all? Her mother always defended her. Leave my daughter. She's beautiful just the way she is. But Grace didn't believe. Every word stuck to her heart like a scar. By the time she was a teenager, she hated mirrors. She wore baggy clothes to hide her shape. In her diary, she wrote, I just want to be noticed. I just want to be loved. At 19, everything changed when Grace discovered Instagram. Her cheap Android phone became her window into another world. She scrolled for hours, flashy influencers, girls of her age with perfect curves, designer clothes, vacations in Dubai. Each post whispered the same message, your body is not enough. The worst part, boys in her area followed those same influencers. They left fire emojis on their posts but ignored Grace in real life. One day, she showed her best friend Kemi a page of a popular BBL influencer. Look at her. She's traveling. Brands are paying her. Men are begging to marry her. And me? I'm just a shadow. Kemi smirked. Then do what she did. BBL. It's the only way. That night, Grace couldn't sleep. She lay awake, staring at the ceiling, replaying Kemi's words. It's the only way. From then on, Grace became obsessed. She spent hours researching clinics. She watched YouTube videos of women sharing their BBL journeys. She read testimonies about how their lives transformed overnight. But every clinic had the same price tag, millions of naira. Grace looked at her savings. It was barely enough for transport. Still, she promised herself, I will find a way. I don't care how. I must change this body. That promise came with pain. Grace started skipping meals just to save a little money. At the canteen where she worked, she begged for extra shifts. She washed plates until her fingers bled. She sold her goods clothes and shoes in Yaba market. She even sold her phone, replacing it with a smaller one, telling her mother, I don't need it anymore. But the money was never enough. Desperation pushed her deeper. She started borrowing from friends, lying that she wanted to start a business. She even entertained older men who promised her cash. Each time, guilt crushed her heart. But she whispered to herself, just endure for now. When I finally look perfect, it will all be worth it. It took 2 years of hustling, lying, and sacrificing. But finally, at 22, she had just enough for the surgery trip. Her mother eventually discovered her plan. The day she confronted her eyes were red from crying. Grace, don't do this. God made you beautiful. These things have consequences. But Grace shouted back, Mama, you don't understand. Nobody wants a skinny girl. You didn't grow up in this generation. If I don't do it, I will never escape poverty. Her mother begged, but Grace's mind was made up. She secretly booked a flight. The surgery was brutal. When she woke up, pain shot through her body. But when she looked at the mirror days later, she smiled. Her hips were wider, her curves fuller. She whispered, "This is the new me." Back in Lagos, the world welcomed her like a queen. Men stared on the street. Her Instagram followers exploded overnight. Brands sent her messages, inviting her for promotions. She went to parties, took pictures, flaunted her new body. The same people who once mocked her now said, "Grace, you are fine, you are glowing," and for the first time, she felt powerful. But behind these smiles, her body was breaking. She couldn't sit for long without pain. At night, she cried herself to sleep from the pressure in her back. Sometimes, the skin around her surgery hardened and swelled. Doctors told her to rest, but she refused. The attention was too sweet. Then one night at a party, she collapsed. Her friends rushed her to the hospital. The doctor said her body was rejecting the implant. Infection had set in. Her mother sold everything she had, her jewelry, her small freezer, even borrowed money just to pay for treatment. One evening, as her mother sat by her hospital bed, Grace whispered weakly, "Mama, I thought this would make me happy. But I only brought you pain." Today, Amina's story is not just ours, it is a warning. She sacrificed her health, her dignity, her peace, and her mother's joy for the approval of strangers. And those strangers who once praised her coughs were nowhere to be found when she was dying in a hospital bed. The truth is this: beauty fades. Social media trends will always change, but health, self-worth, and family, those are priceless. So before you compare yourself to anyone online, remember Grace's story. True confidence doesn't come from your body, it comes from within.